Good morning to you healthy foodie out there. This is Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast dedicated to one thing: to learn and apply to eat better daily. I'm your host, Angela Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist, your personal fat loss guru, your personal dietitian and food detective and explorer, and just someone with a lot of passion for healthy eating, healthy food, everything and anything we put on our plates and in our mouth and in our fridge too, hopefully to look better, perform better, and look better, not the other way around. Today, we will talk about three very simple, or maybe not so simple, things that I've been thinking and talking with people a lot about these past few days, and let me know how interesting and useful you find these particular topics. First one is breakfast foods. A lot of my clients, a lot of people in general ask me about what should I have for breakfast, especially if you're on whole food, real food diet, unprocessed food diet, if you're trying to eat super healthy, if you're low carb, if you're keto, not so much actually if you're keto, because there people kind of got used to the idea that their diet is going to be quite different from the rest of the world. But anyway, breakfast foods. People want to find something like what they used to, cereal or pancakes, or I don't know, some people love yogurts for breakfast. And people always ask me what should I have for breakfast now that I'm eating so much differently? And I'm always a little bit baffled and confused by the breakfast food question, because guys, no matter what you call it, breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, snack, whatever, food is food, and you should be eating healthy, same kind of foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I want you to realize that before breakfast companies and all these other breakfast food companies appeared on the market with advertising, trying to sell you the idea that this is ideal breakfast and this healthy grains, quote unquote, that's what you should be eating for breakfast. Before they appeared with all this marketing and fake research, there is literally zero research backing up cereal for breakfast. It's not healthy food, it's dessert masquerading as food, if anything. Anyway, before all this marketing appeared, nobody was thinking about eating specific breakfast foods. People would just eat foods, whatever, foods they were eating for lunch and dinner, they would have it for breakfast too. Food is food, no matter how you call it. And breakfast also, it doesn't have to be in the morning. Breakfast is break the fast. So whenever it is you having your first meal of the day, it is your breakfast. And it doesn't have to be in the morning if you're doing intermittent fasting and decide to have your first meal of the day during lunchtime. Again, lunchtime. It's not lunchtime, it's just food time. So you don't need a special breakfast food. And if you really want to see change in your health, I would suggest you quit grains for a while, and especially kind of cereal grains with sugar and all this shit. Breakfast should be ideally your most nutritious meal of the day. When you supply your body with essential fatty acids like EPA, DHA, and other saturated and unsaturated fats, breakfast should be the time when you consume essential proteins that your body needs for almost every reaction in your body. Breakfast should be the time when you consume your healthy fiber that is proven to be super beneficial for gut health. That's what breakfast usually for, to supply you the best kind of micro and macronutrients to improve and sustain your amazing mental and physical performance. Breakfast, that should be the most important meal of the day, the most nutritious meal of the day, and it shouldn't be some sugary shit that you just put in your mouth to not have hunger for a really short period of time, since grains and cereals are the food that makes you hungrier the fastest. So goes for traditional pancakes and other breakfast foods, quote unquote. So again, for breakfast, guys, you are like probably the most favorite breakfast that I recommend to a lot of people would be 3-4 whole pasteurized eggs, or the best quality eggs you can find, 1 avocado, and some fatty fish like sardines or salmon or something like that. That's going to be like super amazing breakfast. It's going to keep you full and running, performing at your best for many hours. You wouldn't really probably be hungry for quite a while. Anyway, this is like my favorite breakfast to recommend to people. You can also have, eggs, and then in any form you like with other vegetables, omelette or frittata or whatever other kinds of eggs you like. You can have maybe some bacon or some other fish, or basically fatty acids, proteins, your healthy fats, some fiber would be amazing for breakfast, and that's it. If you want to have something like yogurt, have your unsweetened yogurt, like maybe Greek style, that has more protein than other kinds of yogurts. Maybe add some berries and nuts like avocados and walnuts. Maybe have some other, like, I don't know, pancakes made of non-grain flours like almond or coconut or other. You can eat a lot of stuff, but again, you just want to make sure that you have essential fatty acids, essential proteins or amino acids, that you have some fiber in, and you can Google paleo or maybe keto breakfast ideas. But again, breakfast food is just words, basically. You don't need any kind of special breakfast foods. For example, today for my breakfast, I had sea bass fish that my mom cooked for me, and some greens, herbs with olive oil, some sardines, and some dark chocolate, 100% completely sugar-free. And that was my breakfast. That was actually at 12 p.m. after my workout. So this was my breakfast. Nothing breakfasty about it, and probably one of the biggest meals of my day. So that's first thing. So let me know what you think about it. If you need more breakfast ideas, shoot me email to angela@createyourself.today, and I'll point you to a few great resources. The second thing I want to talk about today is intuitive eating, and how a lot of times you probably shouldn't be eating intuitively, meaning eating whatever it is you want, whenever it is you want. Like recently, I've been flying a lot, and my sleep schedule was all over the place, right? And if I didn't have enough good quality sleep the night before, the next day, as studies show, I literally have my hunger increased, and I was craving all kinds of carb foods, and my brain was coming out with all kinds of excuses and thoughts about why I should be eating more and why I might be eating, I don't know, a cookie even. If you're undersleeping consistently, if you're getting over jet lag, and if you've just been, under a lot of stress, your brain will find all kinds of excuses to make you eat the foods that you probably should eat never. And at that point, you shouldn't be eating intuitively, not at all. That's probably the least thing you should be doing. You know what I do when I have stressful times or like this, when I'm traveling a lot, when I'm not having good quality sleep? I stick to my plan. I design nutritionally wise plan, and I stick to it with times and quantities and amounts till I get my good quality sleep, and only then I'll start asking myself, should I be eating more or not? And the best time, to ask yourself that question about intuitive eating is early in the morning, when your motivation and willpower and your energy at their strongest. You shouldn't be thinking about what you should be eating intuitively after lack of sleep or at night when you're working something really late, when you should be sleeping. You shouldn't be asking yourself, like, what should I eat or not eat, because your judgment is going to be compromised and you're not going to make good decisions. This is like the worst time to make decisions. When you're working hard, working late, when you should be sleeping, this is like the worst time to make any kind of decisions, food too. So should you eat intuitively? Ideally, when your metabolism is at its best, when you've been eating healthy for a while, when you can feel what your body needs, and also when you had good enough sleep the day before, when you know that you're making good decisions. In the morning is best time to make any kind of important and good quality decisions. So don't make food or any other kind of decisions when you're underslept, when you're going through a lot of stress, when you're not sleeping when you should be sleeping. This is not a good time to make food decisions and design eating plan that are going to affect your performance for at least for a day ahead, but usually many days after that. Like, for example, if you, for some reason, after a night of bad sleep and after a stressful day, decide to binge or, drink, you're probably going to feel negative effects of it for a few days ahead. So think about that before making that decision, what you're trading off for, that the sugary, meal or snack or that drink, whatever it is. So eat intuitively, but rules apply. There are bad and good times to make that kind of decisions that's going to affect your mental and physical performance and your health. Again, if you have any questions about that, need more details, feel free to shoot my email to Angela@createyourself.today. And the third thing I want to talk to you about is training and nutrition. A lot of people, when they see my results, my lean body and my six-pack abs, they start asking me about my training program. And yes, I have smarter ways to train, good training programs based on my experience and all my, work with clients, but it's not my training. It's not separable from my nutrition. Training like me, but not applying the same nutritional principles, will not give you results even close to where I am. 90% of visible results, maybe even more, accepting the fact that your nutrition affects your energy levels, your training and everything. So 90% or more results you see from a good nutritional plan. And then, of course, you need to train smart. You need to activate your muscle hypertrophy or muscle growth if you want to have lean, shredded body. You cannot avoid weight training. But again, taking my training program without nutrition, without lifestyle adjustments, it's just not going to work, guys. So don't even bother asking if you're not ready to apply nutrition and training to get the same results that I'm getting. And be ready for a lot of adjustments and work if you want results completely different from what you're having right now. Doing the same thing will give you exact same results that you have right now. Understand this and understand that any kind of cool and amazing change in your body and health will require some hard to make changes, will require some energy and some time and some sacrifices of other less favorable behaviors from your side. So just don't fool yourself about that. And if you're not ready to invest that kind of energy and efforts, then don't even start, because that's going to be a waste of your time. Okay? So if you have, again, any questions about breakfast foods, breakfast ideas, and why breakfast food is complete bullshit, if you need some more thoughts on when you should be and how you should be making decisions about your diet and your nutrition, about your training, always feel free to shoot me an email to Angela@createyourself.today. Check out my blog on createyourself.today for the latest about fat loss and health. What else? Well, now you can schedule free Skype call if you follow the link in the show notes to these episodes, so you can book a free Q&A session with me to ask any questions you have real fast. So book me on Skype. That's the link. You can find it in the show notes. And guys, I love you all. Thank you for listening. Be smart, work hard. You can make anything happen if you're ready to make necessary changes and invest necessary efforts into your pursuit. And till next time, eat better daily.